We're back. It's been a couple weeks since we recorded. We banked a couple, and we have since just finished 75 hard. How you feeling, brother?
Dude, I honestly feel like $1,000,000. It feels so nice to not have to worry about what kind of food I'm eating. And I don't know if you've had this happen too, but like we'll go on a walk together and walk the dogs, or I'll go to the gym and work out. And I'm like so used to setting a timer or like looking at the clock to see when I start working out. So I do 45 minutes. So
Yeah,
like having a little PTSD, but it's good to be done, dude.
yeah. It. I was so excited to enjoy not being on it, and then I feel like I don't know what it was. If I just got unlucky and got sick, or I honestly think my stomach was not used to, like, it was so used to that for so long that I just splurged and ate like a bunch of French toast and pancakes and stuff. And then I just felt like I was down bad for a couple days.
Actually, you think it was from
Yeah.
eating food?
I don't know. Cause like everything that I would eat, it was just not sitting right with me. So I honestly do think that maybe was a part of it, but I'm back to normal finally, like today and yesterday. So it's been nice. I've got like a little brookie, little brownie cookie combo from the bakery down the street that I just ripped yesterday. And so it's good, indulging a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for explaining too, like what the brookie is, the brownie cookie combo.
Some people don't know, and the people that don't are simply asleep.
Dude, I think between in the last 2 days, Bree bought this huge bowl of candy for trick or treaters, and so the last 2 days, like put Vincent down and then I sit on the couch, and from 8 to 9, I just walk back and forth to that bowl, and I'm eating way too much to where I feel like actually sick. It's disgusting. So I feel like I've got my fix, and I'm not gonna do 75 hard again, but I'll probably start eating a little more clean.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's just psychological or what, but or it being my stomach, but like when I was eating the stuff unhealthy and then feeling like just terrible, it kind of made me like I don't even want to eat like that anymore.
Yeah,
Like so, like I feel like I've been eating pretty healthy still since then. But I mean, I think we're gonna go out and have a nice dinner tonight and stuff too. So it'll be nice to indulge a little bit. But yeah, it's the cool thing. I mean, we can kind of get into like, because we were talking about doing like a 75 hard review on this episode, but like I guess starting that off, the review for me is just like, I guess the biggest, because there's some downsides for sure, but like the biggest takeaway for me is I guess the habits, because now, like you were saying, I'm just like automatically thinking or like doing the stuff that I was before, even though while I was doing it, I was like, I hate this, can't ready for it to
yeah,
be over. It's like kind of just used to it now. So I feel like it's kind of easier. Like I'm just still like, I wake up in the morning without even thinking. I just fill up my gallon of water, drink a bunch of electrolytes. So like, I feel like that's like my biggest takeaway, or like the biggest plus for me. What about you?
yeah. I agree. It's like you just get like a new baseline now because you're so used to doing it for that long,
Yeah.
which I'm sure is the majority of the goal of doing it. But yeah, it's almost like stresses me out, which I knew it would, like to where I feel like I'm a lazy ass now. Like
Hmm.
the last couple of nights, because we ended on what, Friday, so we're almost at a week since we finished,
Yeah.
and like the last like 2 or 3 nights after we put him to bed, I've just been sitting on the couch. Where before, like if I hadn't hit a workout, I'd be going to the gym or I'd be crushing water and reading. But like now I'm just doom scrolling or watching TV, which isn't terrible, or Netflix. But yeah, I'm like, now I feel like this guilt of like, oh, I need to be doing more. So, and not in a bad way. I think it just is like, it's sets like a new baseline, like I already said, of like, all right, this is what I can't do. So why wouldn't I continue to do it? Not to that
Yeah.
extreme, right? Like I'm not going to, I was going on, 3 mile walks at 9 o'clock. I'm probably not going to be doing that anytime soon, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. I think the baseline is the biggest thing. I think that, and then for me, just like the reading 10 pages was nice because I always try and read, but that's like last on my priority list. So it usually gets pushed to not doing it or pushing it off for weeks, and then weeks turn into months or whatever. So being super consistent about that, I feel like has been nice because we crushed what, 3 books,
Yeah.
and like now I just went and got a book at Barnes and Noble over the weekend because I was like, I kind of want to just keep reading, keep that going a little bit. So I think that, and then kind of like the baseline consistency, like we talked about too, was my biggest pros. What would you What are the cons? Or I guess you say you don't know if you're going to do it again. Like, why would you say that is?
I think just time management wise, like because I feel like it's so much harder with a kid because you don't have the control of being like I know I wish you could do it with a kid so you could understand, but you obviously you don't have a kid so you wouldn't know. So it's like I feel like I'm at a different level of like maturity, so I'm just trying to come down to you so you understand what I'm
Yeah,
getting
I'm
at.
trying
But
to like pick up what you're putting down, but I just can't.
I know, yeah. And you won't be able to until you have a kid, but
Yeah.
I'll do my best to explain. But it's like either I have no control over what he's gonna do, like what his sleep schedule looks like, and so that aspect, I don't know. It's great, especially because I put a lot of I like depended on Brie a lot for some of the stuff. So that and I think with age wise right now, I just want to put more time into work than like I was having to step away during the day to go do a 45-minute workout, and that's just like not ideal. But
Yeah.
it was fun. I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that we can say that we did it too. But the one thing I will say I didn't really affect me at all was the drinking and food. Like I thought that was gonna suck, and like as much as I was pumped to like eat after it was done, I don't know that it was like a huge deal. I feel like because we both eat pretty clean.
Yeah. The food was definitely harder for me. The drinking was like literally a non-thought. There was like a few times where it'd be like a Coug game, or I had like was hanging out with buddies where they were having some beers. I'm like, oh, it kind of sucks like not having one, but still I don't really care that much. But the food I would disagree with, because like I would be home visiting family and like my mom's making like the family cinnamon rolls and stuff like that. I'm just like, this is so dumb. Like I should be able to eat one of those.
Yeah.
It's like there's definitely a few times where like the food sucked for me, but yeah, overall, it wasn't that bad. I was saying is basically like the sleeper number one that I kind of forgot about for me might be, because we're getting older, the metabolisms are starting to maybe slowly not be as dialed as they were. So I think that's going to be like a huge sleeper, plus of the challenge is finding all of those, like when you had a sweet tooth, like healthy alternatives to kind of fill that.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and being able to kind of lean on that going forward, because now I'm like, after dinner when I would want some like junk food or something, now I just have those that I lean on. So even we're almost a week done with that. I've just been doing that typically more than eating the crap. So
What's the go-to? Like what are you making now that you just banking on?
Dude, honestly, the biggest thing, and I've eaten this probably 100 times over the last 75 days, is just Greek yogurt, berries, and honey. And then, like, to switch it up, sometimes I'll do like the chocolate protein powder and throw some banana in there. Sometimes I'll just do the normal Greek yogurt with honey and like blueberries. I'll throw some granola in. Like, there's ways to keep it fresh, different types of fruit and stuff like that. I would say that by far has been my biggest.
That's your go-to. That's your staple.
Yeah. What's yours been?
Dude, it's the same. It's just Greek, except well, it's not the same, but it's just Greek yogurt, a PB2. So literally just tasting them eating like peanut butter ice cream, and then I do cinnamon in there. Actually, no, hold on. I do, and then it's a process. So then I get an apple, and then dice up the apple into chunks, and then put a little bit of either a little tiny bit of butter or olive oil with cinnamon, and then put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds. So it's all like heated up, and then I throw that in to the yogurt with the peanut butter. It's unreal, dude. You might have to try it.
Honestly, very interesting. I'm not like sure if I can quite picture it, but I'm sure it goes.
Yeah,
pretty
you'd
hard.
think like the peanut butter mixed with apple and cinnamon would be weird, but it goes crazy.
Yeah, dude, that was such a staple for me growing up, because growing up at my dad's side, partly probably because had so many siblings, it was just super easy. It's just taking a bunch of apples, chopping them up, and then just dipping them in peanut butter. Dude, that is just such a goated snack. It's
unbeatable. Yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah. So yeah, and then throwing the Greek yogurt in there like you're doing too, you're getting good protein and stuff like that. For me too, another one was just protein pancakes with peanut butter and banana as well. Like that to me just is tough to beat.
Yeah, Brie and I go back and forth with those every week. I mean, every day. Like we have either a breakfast sandwich or protein waffles every day.
Yeah, I'm pretty like serial killer with my breakfast. Like I just eat basically the same thing every day. But I've been switching up a little bit too. But dude, yeah, I'm like the same thing: bread, avocado, 2 eggs, 2 slices of bacon, and some hot sauce, some Cholula on there. Just
It's hard to beat.
so good.
So
It
what would
is.
you say if somebody came to you and was like, "Yo, Kyle, I really want to do 75 hard." What would be your like biggest advice to them before they start?
Yeah. Number one is a no-brainer for me. It's do it with a partner.
Yeah.
Do it with somebody, because I don't know about you, but if I didn't have like the shame of going to you and be like I'm gonna quit, like I would have quit. Like there were so many times where I'm just like, like I feel like this is kind of pointless. I already do a lot of this stuff. Like you start talking
Yeah,
yourself
you
out
come
of
up with
it and
excuses.
making up excuses. Like your mind tries to do with everything. But if I didn't have a partner, I'm sure I would have crumbled at some point. So
Oh yeah,
to me,
you definitely would have crumbled.
yeah. But no, that's for sure. Easily would be mine. What would you
Yeah,
say?
that's a good. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, I would say that's by far number one. I would say if, and this would be two if I was to do it over again. So like tell somebody advice for someone, and if I was to do it again, would be just like stick. I would have a schedule planned out before I started, so I wouldn't even I wouldn't want to veer off because I felt like that was my one downfall was I didn't stick to a what do you want regiment,
Mhm.
which and that resulted in me for like 2 weeks at one point like trying to cram 2 workouts between 2 p.m. and 11 p.m. And so like
Yeah.
I would say just have a schedule and stick to it because then you're not having to you take the thinking out of it. And that's super easy to say, but and things come up. But I think if you can do that, then 50% of it's easy because then you're just a robot. You just wake up, go to the gym, and then I mean meal planning. I don't think that is. It's hard for you and I to say probably because like I said, I feel like I've said it like 70 times. We already eat somewhat healthy, but I would say that'd be a trickier part for somebody that doesn't cook at home or goes out to eat all the time.
Yeah. That's another like little tip there is we just weren't buying the stuff. So shout out Jasmine and Bree because they probably had to deal with some of the backlash of this challenge. But like when we're going through Costco, I'd just be like, nope, not going in the cart because it just makes it easier. Like if you only have stuff that you can eat in the house, then you don't really have to
Yeah, you
think
don't
about
give
it.
yourself
So
the temptation.
yeah, but cool. I mean, we're at like 15 minutes. Is there anything else? I guess we could do like our biggest cons or like really quick and then jump into some buy and sells. But I don't know. What do you think?
Biggest cons, and I feel like we could let's save it for the um what are we gonna do? What we're gonna do like a draft?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's just save it for that because I feel like if we don't, we're not gonna have as much to do for that, and I feel like we're just gonna repeat a lot of what we already said.
yeah. No, I'm down. Want to just jump into the buy and sells?
Yeah.
Cool. Actually, a couple minutes ago, I actually just wrote some down, so I can start us off with a sell this week.
Okay.
Dude, this is just preaching to me because I wake up at like 5 for work every day. So like when you wake up in the middle of the night and like say you gotta go pee or whatever it is, gotta get a drink of water, and you see the clock and it's like 10 minutes before your alarm is about to go off. So you're like because I mean on the opposite, it's amazing when you like feel like you've been sleeping well and you check it. You're like, oh, I still have like 5 hours
Yeah.
left before I have to wake up. But the opposite, when that happens, and you're just like, oh, my alarm, I know my alarm is just going to start bang,
Yeah.
bang in like 10 minutes. And then you know that you're going to go back to sleep, but it's not
You're not getting
like
anything from it.
it's not satisfying whatsoever.
Dude, how that happened this morning. I woke up and was about to go to the gym because Vincent woke us up. And I'm like, dang, all right, well, I guess I'll just get up and get ready for the gym. And it was 4:05. And I'm like, the gym's not even open yet. And then
Yeah.
I went back to sleep and didn't go because I was like, I didn't hear my alarm. So yeah, dude, that's brutal. That's actually a really good one. I would have never thought of that as a sell.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't have.
I don't have that. I don't have that capacity. I feel like I have like a ton of sells, and no buys. But my sell is just top of mind. Is iPhones. I mean, I will say this was like partially on me, but I cracked my iPhone and just their durability, dude. I was on a run. I actually went on a run on that trail that you and I went on. That's next to my house. That's like off in the boonies. And dude, I was probably like 2 miles in and I literally biffed it on like a huge because like the whole thing's trail. So I went head first, ate it, scratched up all my arms because I had my shirt off, like tore up my hands, and then I'm like, oh, that sucked. Like, how did I do? Like, dude, if there was somebody watching, they were probably like, this guy's the biggest. I probably look like a baby giraffe, just like a huge klutz. And I got up already, like, I'm like a little bloody on my arms. I'm like, that sucked. Grab my phone, and then of course my phone's cracked. I just got it probably like 2 months ago. I'm like, yes, dude. But the whole point of the story is my sell is that iPhones are Apple in general, dude. I was talking to Brie about this. I'm like, the margin Apple makes on iPhones or just in general. So guess how much it costs to replace a screen with Apple?
For you, for the consumer,
yeah,
to replace a screen, I'm gonna say $200.
$380, $80, and the iPhone I think was like $1,200. So you're almost paying what? It's over 30% or close to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so expensive that the guy was like, if you trade it in, you could just spend an extra like $160 and just get a new phone. So like, long story short, still haven't replaced it yet, but my sell is just how expensive it is to replace a screen.
Dude, with iPhones, it's all in the cases, dude.
I had a case on.
Because, yeah, I've like found the one for me, and it has like a fake. Like you put the back on and then you put the front on over it. So it actually has something over the actual screen too. And they're like $20, but it saved me so many freaking times. So, but yeah, dude, Apple has to just be raking, dude. We're actually switching our phone plans today. I might end up needing to get a new phone here soon. But besides the point, my buy of the week fresh on my mind because I just got back from Washington visiting family. It's just my family, dude. I've got just such a big family, which is sometimes like a lot, like trying to keep everybody happy and divide my time up and stuff like that. But just grateful for it because both my families are like pretty different in a lot of ways. So it's just like, I don't know. I got lucky, got two really good sides of parents and, all my siblings. It just keeps it super fresh. Like when I'm back home, like it's like I said, kind of a lot, but like you're just constantly doing stuff and constantly seeing a bunch of people, my grandparents, everybody. So just shout out to my fam. God, it's always just fills me up when I get back home and gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's weird as it sounds. Sometimes it's nice that you're far away because when you go back, like this time you spend together is actually quality time that like you don't take for granted. Like you're not sitting on your phone on the couch. Like you're actually having good conversation, going out to dinner, and I don't know. It feels like you can enjoy it more. But
yeah, it definitely forces you to be really intentional.
Yeah,
like when I'm back, like I'm like constantly like you said, not trying to waste any time, like making sure that I'm maximizing every minute I have with seeing somebody or spending time with, different people. So yeah, it's just got back and it was super good to see everybody.
Yeah, dude. Well, mine is just, dude, fall in Arizona. It's finally under 100 degrees. This is like, I feel like I'll probably say this every year moving forward, but it was like 107 all the way up to like middle of October, which I don't know if it was like that when I first moved down here, but yeah, so it's finally cool and we can go on walks again. I hated going on walks like when we first moved here, and now it's like I feel like we go on a walk once, maybe even twice a day. So the fact we can finally go outside and not have sweat dripping down our back immediately has been huge, super big.
Yeah, that is mega. It's even kind of like, it's definitely nowhere near as drastic here, but the summers are definitely a bit warmer here, and the winters are just absolutely dialed. So I can't wait for that as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be pretty similar.
Yeah, except it goes from like mid 80s to like mid 70s. Yeah. So I can't really complain too much. But winter is also whale season, so it's just so sick.
I love a good whale season.
Who doesn't?
Well,
honestly,
yeah. Hopefully, everyone that is listening tapped into the next EP. We're going to be doing a little draft on 75 hard. Talk a little biz.
Yeah, dude, we got to catch up on biz. We legit haven't talked, so it'll be us catching up live on air. So it'll be nice.
Can't wait, brother.
All right, take it easy, bro.
All right, later.